Application of Gauss's law. So the Gauss law can be applied in case of symmetrical charge configuration. So it is possible to obtain electric field in a simple way using the Gauss's law. So the first application is the electric field due to an infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. So here is a charged wire on which the charge is uniformly distributed having linear charge density lambda. So here we have to find, first of all we will write lambda. So lambda is equal to, if q charge, this is a linear charge density, so it is charge per unit length. Here q charge, this q charge is uniformly distributed over the length L. So lambda is equal to here q upon L. So linear charge density. Now we have to find electric field at point P. Due to this charge that is distributed over this infinitely long straight wire. So we draw a Gaussian surface. So this is a Gaussian surface. So this Gaussian surface passed through the point P, and this Gaussian surface is cylindrical Gaussian surface of radius r and length L. Radius r and length L. So the point at which we have to find electric field, the Gaussian surface should pass through that point. So this point is P. So these arrows are showing electric field. These arrows are showing electric field which are radially outward, away from the positive charge. So to find the flux, we consider this cylindrical Gaussian surface having three surfaces. One curved surface S1, another plane surface is S2, and the third one is S3. So these are the three surfaces through which we have to find electric flux. Suppose we consider here a small element, surface element of area ds. So the area vector will be ds1. This is the area vector. So here we consider on S1 a small element whose area is ds1. So the area vector is outward drawn normal, so it will be ds1 vector, and the electric field is also parallel to this ds1. Electric field भी इसी direction में है, so the angle between E and ds1 equal to 0 degree. Here angle between E and ds1 is 0 degree. So now we consider second surface, plane surface. Again here we consider a small element whose area vector is outward drawn normal, so it is ds2, and the electric field at this element, it is away from the positive charge, so this is E. So what is the angle between these two? It is 90 degree. Now for the surface 3, S3, again we consider an element, the area vector will be ds3. Again it is away from, it is outward drawn normal, and the electric field is away from positive charge. So electric field is this, so E is here. Again the angle is 90 degree. So we have to find flux. So phi, that is total electric flux through these surfaces, surface 1, phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. As we know the formula for flux, so this becomes integration over the surface S1 E dot ds1. E is, because it is a symmetric case, E is everywhere same, So E dot ds1. For the second surface S2, it is E vector dot ds2 plus integration over the closed surface S3, it is E dot ds3. So now we write integration over the surface S1, it is E ds1, because the angle between E and ds1 is 0 degree, so it is cos 0 degree, plus integration over the surface S2, it is E ds2 cos 90 degree, because the angle is 90 here in case of E and ds2 and E ds3, plus integration over the surface 3, it is again E ds3 cos 90. So cos 90 is 0, so these two terms will be 0. We have only integration E ds1, cos 0 is 1, and these two terms are 0. So this is total electric flux through the entire surface. So here we get E outside, integration over the surface S1 ds1. ds1 is the small element of the curved surface, so the integration of this small element will be the curved surface area. So it becomes E into 2 pi RL. This is the curved surface area of the cylinder. Now according to Gauss theorem or Gauss law, phi E is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. So here phi E is this E into 2 pi RL is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times into charge enclosed. For this we will use this lambda. So with the help of this, Q equal to lambda L. So in place of sigma Q, we will put lambda L. So here L and L is cancelled out. We have E equal to 1 upon 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by R. So this is the relation for the electric field at a point distant R from an infinitely long charged wire. So here E proportional to 1 upon R. In case of single charge, E is proportional to 1 upon R square. But here in the case of a charge distributed over infinitely long wire, it is proportional to 1 upon R. So this is the first application, E equal to 1 upon 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by R, where lambda is linear charge density. Its unit is coulomb per meter. Now the second case, electric field, second application of the Gauss law is electric field due to a uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. So here is infinite plane sheet. In case of plane sheet, this is uniformly charged. The sheet is uniformly charged. The main thing about sheet, the electric field strength is same at all points near the sheet. E is same at all points near the sheet. Again we have to find electric field in this case at a distance at a point P. Suppose we have to find electric field at this point P. So we draw a Gaussian surface, that is a hypothetical surface, Gaussian surface. electric field. In this case, again we draw a hypothetical Gaussian surface. So it is a Gaussian surface. And here A is the intersecting area. A is the intersecting area. Again we have three surfaces S1, S2 and S3. Suppose here on the surface S1 we take a small element, surface element, whose area vector will be outward drawn normal. So it is ds1, and the electric field due to this sheet, it is in this direction away from the positive charge. So it is E. Angle between these two is 90 degree. For the surface S1, that is a plane surface, again we consider a small element. The area vector is outward drawn normal, and the electric field also will be in this direction. Electric field will also in this direction of ds1. For the surface S2, again we consider a element, small element, area vector, it is ds2, and the electric field, because it is a positive charge, so electric field is away from positive charge, so E will be here. So in this case, on the surface S1, the angle between E and ds1, it is 90 degree, while in the case of surfaces S1 and S2, S2 and S3, the angle is 0 degree. Again we have to find total electric flux, and here the charge Q is intersected by area A. So sigma, that is surface charge density, Q charge is distributed over area A. Here the charge is Q. So this is sigma. Now phi E is equal to phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. Flux through surface 1, surface 2 and surface 3. Now writing the formula in integration form, it is E dot ds1 over the surface S1, then E dot ds2 over the surface S2 plus integration E dot ds3 over the surface S3. Now E A dot B, it is AB cos theta. So writing in the form, we have integration over S1 E ds1. E और ds1, इसके बीच का जो एंगल है इट इज़ 90 डिग्री, तो cos 90 डिग्री प्लस इंटीग्रेशन ओवर द सरफेस S2 E ds2 cos, यहाँ पर जो E और ds1 है इसके बीच E और ds, इट इज़ ds3, E और ds3 के बीच में जो एंगल है वो 90 डिग्री है, और E और ds2 के बीच में जो एंगल है वो भी 90 डिग्री है. सो एंगल इज़ 90 डिग्री बिटवीन E एंड ds2, सो cos 90 डिग्री, एंड ऑन द सरफेस S3 again the angle is 90 degree, cos 90 degree, because cos 90 is 0, so these two term will be 0. Here is correction. The angle here, this angle, these two angles, the angle between E and ds2 is 0 degree. So here will be 0 degree, and here also will be 0 degree. So this cos 90 is 0, cos 0 is 1, so this term is 0, and we have E outside, integration over S2 ds2 plus integration taking E outside E outside inside the integration over the surface S3 we have ds3. So it is 0 is 0 and E integration of ds2, it will be the area of the entire surface, that is equal to A. Area is A, so it is A. Again for S3 the area is A, so it is 2 times EA, so that is total electric flux. Now according to Gauss theorem, law, we have phi E is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times sigma q. So phi E is 2EA is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times sigma q. So sigma q, from this relation, q will be equal to sigma times A. So here sigma times A. So A and A is cancelled out. We have E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So this is the formula of the electric field near the uniformly charged infinite plane sheet, which is independent of distance. So near the sheet the electric field is same. So sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. And its direction, when the plate is positive it is radially outward, and when it is negative it is radially inward. Or we can say when the plate is positively charged, electric field का direction away from the positive charge, and when it is negative it is towards the charge, means towards the seat. Now the third point is electric field due to a uniformly charged spherical cell. So here are 3 cases. First is electric field outside the cell. Electric field outside the cell, that I represented here as EO, means E outside. So here is a cell is shown with the red color, over which the charge Q is distributed. Charge Q is placed, that is distributed uniformly everywhere. We have to find electric field at point P. So we draw a Gaussian surface symmetrical to that surface. So there is a spherical Gaussian surface which is shown by dotted blue color. We have to find electric field at point P. So this Gaussian surface pass through P. So the direction of electric field is radially outward. So we consider a small element of area ds. So the area vector also will be in this direction. ds also will be in this direction. The radius of the spherical cell is capital R, and the distance of the point P from the center O is small r. So the flux phi E is equal to integration E dot ds over the surface S. So integration over the surface S, E ds, the angle between ds and E both are in the same direction, so the angle is 0 degree. So E ds cos 0 degree, and cos 0 is 1, so it is integration E ds. By the symmetry, E is same at every point on the Gaussian surface, so E is taken out. Only we have integration ds over the surface S. So E and the integration ds, this is the small element of the Gaussian surface. When we integrate, it becomes the total surface area. of the Gaussian surface of radius small r. So E into 4 pi r square. This is the total flux through the Gaussian surface. Now according to Gauss's law, this phi E is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times sigma q. So phi E is here E into 4 pi r square. This equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. The charge is, this charge is q. So q. So E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by small r square. ये फार्मूला वैसे ही है जैसे कि ऐसा लगता है कि पॉइंट चार्ज आर डिस्टेंस पर रखा हो। अगर कोई पॉइंट चार्ज सेंटर ओ पे रखा हो, ये फार्मूला वैसे ही है जैसे अगर हम यहाँ पे क्यू चार्ज रख दें ओ पॉइंट पर और जो पी पॉइंट है वो आर डिस्टेंस पर है, वी विल गेट द सेम फार्मूला. So this formula is equivalent to the formula due to point charge q and point P is at a distance r, at which the electric field will also be same 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. On the surface of cell, अगर surface पर होगा तो r equal to capital R. So E here this field is EI, that is EO outside. So everywhere we can take EO. So EO is the electric field outside the cell. Now on the cell surface ES, small r is replaced by capital R. So ES becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon capital R square. The third case is electric field inside the cell. Third is electric field inside the cell. Now here is a cell over which charge q is distributed, whose radius is capital R. We have to find electric field at a point P which is inside the cell. So here I have drawn a Gaussian surface with the blue dotted line that is symmetrical to this spherical cell, and this point P is at a distance r dash from the center of the spherical cell. So suppose here we consider a element, a small element, the area vector will be outward drawn normal. Also, due to this charge, electric field, if there is electric field inside this spherical cell, EI, the direction of this EI will also be radially outward. So again, using flux, electric flux, phi E is equal to integration EI dot ds. The angle between EI and D is 0 degree. So it is integration EI ds cos 0 degree. So EI is same due to symmetry. EI integration ds, and integration ds will be the surface area of this Gaussian surface of radius small r dash, EI into 4 pi r dash square. So that is electric flux. Now according to Gauss theorem or Gauss's law, phi E is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times sigma q. So q is the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Here q is the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So EI into 4 pi small r dash square is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed. इस Gaussian surface के अंदर there is no charge, so charge is 0, and charge is 0, this quantity is 0. So EI into 4 pi r square, that gives EI is equal to 0 upon 4 pi r square, that is 0. So electric field inside the spherical cell is 0. तो सेल के अंदर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड 0 होगा. If we draw a graph between the distance and electric field. So at point R, up to R there is no, as inside the cell means up to R there is no electric field. So electric field is 0 up to R, and at R electric field is maximum. Electric field is maximum. Here is on the surface ES, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by capital R. And as we go outside the cell, the case is E outside 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by R square. So the graph will be like this. This is for R greater than R. Here this is E outside proportional to 1 upon R square, and here this is E inside. So this is the graph. Here the distance is greater than R. So this is the graph for electric field with distance. So these were the topic that I discussed, which were based on application of Gauss's law. अगर आपको ये टॉपिक अच्छे लगे हों, इनको लाइक करें, शेयर करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें. थैंक यू.